Yo, what's going on, you guys? My name is Owen and welcome back to another video. As you guys already know from the title of the video, this week's video is going to be my updated shoe collection or footwear collection for 2019. If you guys have been a long-time subscriber of the channel, then you know that almost exactly a year ago from now, I did my shoe collection video for 2018. That video did really well. A lot of you guys really liked that video. So I figured why not do an updated one because my collection has changed quite a bit from last year. Most of the shoes that I had in last year's video, I've either sold or got rid of them somehow. So most of the stuff in this video is gonna be completely new. A lot of stuff I haven't shown on the channel before, so it should be pretty exciting. I think I'm gonna break up the video into different categories. So the first category I'm gonna show you guys is my sneaker collection, and then I'll probably get into boots, and I'll probably do my loafers, and then I'll probably get into like some sandals and miscellaneous type shoes. This one should be pretty cool. I have B-roll of each shoe so you guys can see what it looks like on. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So let's hop right into the sneakers, which I have laid out all over here. I guess I'll show you guys all three of these sneakers at once since they're all kind of the same sneaker almost. They're all from the same brand, which is Salomon, which has really become one of my favorite sneaker silhouettes or sneaker brands in the past few months, I'd say. This is the first one that I got right here. I believe I got all three of these off of Essence, by the way. I'm not sure if you can still find these in stock because I know they've been kind of popular as of recent. But this is the first one I got right here. This is the Salomon S-Lab XT6. It's an all-white like runner silhouette with gray detailing. And I really like the upper. I really like the design they have going on here with like the diagonal lines that meet where the eyelets are, except they're not really eyelets. They're just like little loops where this really thin like draw cord comes around. They're not like actual shoelaces. It's like connected as one shoelace. And then it has like a toggle that you just tighten. But I don't really mess with it too much, honestly. I just kind of put my foot in and it fits perfect. They're extremely comfortable. They have the Ortholite insole. I highly recommend these shoes. I also think they look great too. I've been wearing them in so many of my outfits. I believe I haven't worn these on my Instagram yet, but these I've been rocking a lot. So like I said, this one's like an all white one. This one's really similar. It's kind of like a cream, so not really a white, but it does have like the same white and gray detailing on the upper, like this, I guess it's like a plastic kind of, it's kind of like a really thin rubber. But then my favorite detail is that it has the cream off-white sole, and then this like really nice, like stark royal blue detailing on the midsole, which is really, really sick. And then it's got the black traction on the bottom, whereas this one just has white traction. And one of my favorite details about Salomon sneakers that these ones do not have is that the tongue always has like really nice colors on it. And then the third one I got is actually not the same model as these two, but it's really similar, obviously. It just has a few different details. It doesn't have the same upper detailing you guys can see there. And then this one does have like a rubber toe cap, which is really nice. And I also really love the colorway of this one. It goes from like a really pale white all the way down to like a muted purple, which is really sick. It's like an ombre too, so it kind of fades in nicely. And then it has black laces, black traction on the bottom. These ones I probably rock the most. I just feel like it goes with a lot of my outfits. I really like the colors on them. I believe each pair was like between $180 to $200, which is a little on the pricey end for like a kind of like a dad runner sneaker silhouette. But I was happy to pay. I think these are such a great shoe. They're extremely comfortable, easy to wear, like I said. Moving on to the next sneaker. If you guys have been a subscriber to the channel for not even a while, just a little bit, and you guys know what these are. These are my 1985 Jordan 1s in the neutral gray colorway. It's a highly coveted shoe, kind of like a grail for a lot of people. I got these almost 2 years ago now, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head when exactly I got them, but I got them for a really good deal too. I think they're around like $400 or $425, which is a really nice price, especially now considering how they're worth so much. And these are the exact same shoes that I did the rubber dip with. If you guys saw that photo on my Instagram, a lot of people were mad at me that I like ruined the shoes. But the cool thing about that rubber is that you can just take it off in one peel. It comes off in one piece. But yeah, these shoes are actually holding up pretty good. I've had to do some repairs here and there. The rubber is kind of like a temporary repair, but I do have some flexible glue on the bottom. I filled in some of the cracks in the sole, but they're still holding up great. They're nice and squishy. They're not like too stiff, which is a problem I've had with the other 1985 Jordan 1s I've had over the past little while. I did have a metallic blue pair. I really love that colorway, except they're so stiff you couldn't really walk on them. There's like, I don't know, there's no padding. It kind of felt like you were walking on bricks. Yeah, I love the sneaker so much. I'm probably never gonna get rid of it just because it's kind of like a staple in my wardrobe. I still wear it to this day, which is really cool. I actually just wore it on an Instagram photo. So this next one, I don't believe I've shown off on the channel before, but this is a pair of Visvim FBTs, I think it was. I guess it's technically a sneaker since it has like an athletic silhouette and it has like the runner sole. However, it's kind of a mix between a classic handmade moccasin toe shoe and then a like modern day runner, which is really nice. These shoes were kind of made extremely popular by Kanye back in the day. He wore these all the time, but I still love these shoes. I love the moccasin toe. I don't know why, but I'm just a really big fan of moccasin toes as of recent. The laces are really nice. Visvim tends to use leather cut laces, which are really cool. They don't really function that well as laces, honestly. They don't really have a lot of grip to them, but I think they look cool and they have a really nice feel to them. And they have the same detailing going all around the sides of like this suede panel. I don't really think it's a function to it, but the panel is connected by the laces, which kind of like loops around here. So you guys can see the panel kind of comes apart if you undo the laces. I definitely need to wear these more often. I've only worn them a few times now. And then moving on to the last sneakers. These are basically the exact same shoe, just two different colorways. And these are the Kiko Asics collab. I believe these are the Gel Burrs 1. And he's done many collaborations with Asics over the past couple of years. And the first collaboration, which is this one, is by far my favorite. He released 3 shoes. I only have these 2 for the time being, which is the gray colorway and then the Volt colorway. The gray colorway is like a very muted bone color. It's got hints of like purple and pink with like some translucent paneling, which is really, really nice. And the other colorway is this really bright highlighter yellow. It's got the exact same paneling and same detailing as this one. They're just 2 different colorways, like I said. Some of the newer models that Kiko has been doing with Asics have different detailing and different silhouettes rather than just being a basic Asics shoe with a new colorway, which is, I think, really cool. And that is gonna conclude the sneaker section. So let's get on to the boots. All right, so like I said, next category is boots. I'm just gonna hop right into it. So the first couple pairs of boots I wanna show you guys are these right here. They're the same boot, just 2 different colorways. And these are pairs of Jacquemus duck boots, which has really become one of my favorite brands as of recent. I have, I think like 5 or 6 different pieces from Jacquemus, and I just really, really love that brand. Very well made, high quality stuff. And I fell in love with these boots. I originally just bought this pair right here, but then I saw that they also had this colorway, so I had to get it because I really love both colorways so much. These are like a mid-cut, like ankle height duck boot, which is a little bit unusual, I'd say, for duck boots. Normally they're a high top, I'd say, but I really love this silhouette. I think it works great as like a mid-cut ankle boot. It's very signature for duck boots to have these ridges that come down the toe cap. And these ones have a really cool vulcanized rubber that goes across the entire bottom portion of the shoe. This colorway right here is like a tan mustard, and this one is like an olive and dark olive, I'd say, or like an olive and a dark green. They're extremely comfortable. The leather they use is nice and high quality, and also really like the embossing on the side with the Jacquemus signature. I think the women's stuff from Jacquemus is also really beautiful. So if you haven't heard of that brand before, definitely go check it out. Moving on to some other boots. Again, same boot, just 2 different colorways. I think there are some minor differences actually, and I did get these at 2 different times too. I didn't buy them both at the same time. So these are 2 pairs of Visvim engineer boots, which is actually a pretty common silhouette. Visvim did not come up with this silhouette at all. The engineer boot silhouette, I believe, originated for military purposes. I know Red Wing has made engineer boots, and actually they still might make engineer boots. I know they have really nice, like high quality leather ones. But these 2 pairs right here are both suede. It's like a really nice rough suede too. I have a black pair, and this is like a light tan, kind of like a sandy colored pair. Both are extremely used. I believe these are kind of older releases too. They are different releases though. There are some minor differences, like the heel. You guys can see this one actually has a heel. This one doesn't really. And there's also slight differences in the hardware too. But the overall silhouette of the shoe is very, very similar. They both have the classic engineer boot paneling, which you guys can see. And then it also has the classic engineer buckle that comes across like the, I don't know, like the front of the ankle, I guess, and then it also has a buckle at the top, which is very signature for engineer boots. And then in order to get into the boot, you have to undo the zipper. You don't actually have to undo the buckle at the top. I just undo the zipper and then I just slide my foot right in. You don't have to really mess with this buckle either. These boots are definitely my top 5 like favorite shoes in my collection right now. They work with so many different outfits. I'm very happy with the colors that I got. If they had like a darker brown too, I would also consider getting those. These ones are definitely prevalent on like Grailed and the Japanese auction sites, and they're not really too expensive either. You'd assume that because they're Visvim, they'd be like $1,000. I believe each pair is around like $200 to $250, which is not too bad. Definitely one of my favorite purchases of 2019, and I feel like this silhouette hasn't got enough love yet. And if you were after cheaper alternatives, you could totally find some. This is a very commonly made boot silhouette, so you could totally find a cheaper one out there. This next pair of boots is also in my top 5 favorite shoes in my collection right now, and this is also one of my most worn shoes in my collection. These are a pair of Justin cowboy boots. I believe I've talked about these on the channel before. They really have become an everyday boot for me. They're so easy to wear with really any pair of pants. I feel like a lot of people are kind of scared of the cowboy boot silhouette because they think it's kind of gimmicky, but I totally disagree. And then the treatment of the leather on this pair of Justin boots is absolutely beautiful. I do not know the process they use. They don't really give any sort of information on the website at all. It's kind of like a blistered and scarred leather treatment that kind of strips away some color. It creates lots of cracks. It creates different textures. It's totally uneven. I've seen many pairs of these and each pair is totally different. So far they're holding up great too. I'm hoping I can keep these in my rotation for years to come just because they're so easy to wear and they're really comfortable too. You guys can see the amount of wear I've put into them where it's just completely stripped off the color. The next pair of boots might be questionable to some of you, but these right here are a pair of UGG Classics, I think they're called. It's such a cool boot silhouette. They're very casual. They're worn by everyone pretty much, especially in the Northeast. These are a very popular shoe. I've always liked this silhouette, but I just never pulled the trigger. But I'm happy I did. They just go well with so many different outfits. They're extremely comfortable. They have that shearling or Sherpa inside. I'm not sure which one it is. And that's kind of like what keeps your foot nice and insulated and warm, especially in the winter time. I do not recommend wearing these anytime besides in like the fall and winter because you will be sweating like crazy. They have a really nice suede upper, and I also really like the paneling too. It kind of has like the inside out stitching that goes across the whole shoe. I believe the retail price for these was also around $200. And I also do have another pair of Uggs that I'll show you guys in a little bit. But yeah, these were the UGG Classics. Let's keep moving on. The next pair of boots are another pair of duck boots, except these are a little bit more traditional in terms of the silhouette. These are a pair of LL Bean duck boots, and I believe these are from 1986 because these are my dad's pair. And we actually had these resold by LL Bean because the original bottom is completely worn down. There's no grip, there's no like chain link detailing on the bottom in order to give you some traction in the dirt. So like when you wear these, you just kind of slip around. But now they're fantastic and easy to wear. LL Bean did replace the entire bottom half of the shoe, but they did keep the upper and the original laces. And the upper has like this really nice broken in leather. It's totally cracked and faded over time, and it kind of smells like maple syrup. I'm not really sure what my dad was doing. You can still buy these online off the LL Bean website, or you could find like a used pair on eBay for probably like less than $100. So if you were looking for a pair of these, definitely go check it out. These aren't like designer or anything like that, so there's not too much to say. They're just kind of like a really basic pair of shoes. The next pair is another pair of duck boots, but these are a pair of Visvim duck boots. I actually forget the name of them. There's like a name attached, but there's many different colorways of these. I think there's around like 5 colorways, and this one is by far my favorite. I'm so happy I got these. These do look really, really similar to the LL Bean duck boots, except these ones are a little bit more bulky in the sole area. I've already talked about these a lot in one of my previous videos, so I won't talk about it too much. But a beautiful pair of boots, completely handmade too, beautiful leather quality, again with the leather cut laces. And then I really love this like upper. I don't really know what the material is, but it's beautiful. And I also don't know what the midsole material is. It kind of looks like a beeswax, but it's not translucent at all, so I'm thinking it's not beeswax. My other favorite detail is that the leather upper, when it transitions into the toe cap area, has this really beautiful fringing going on. It's something I would never think to put on a pair of shoes, but I think it's such a beautiful detail. It's like a small little detail. You can't really see it when you take a quick glance at these. I may try to get the other colorways in the future, but for now I'm really happy with this colorway. The other colorways are a little bit more dull and dark. There's like a dark green and brown. There's like a black and blue. These are probably my favorite out of all of them. All right, guys, so moving on to the last category. It's gonna be miscellaneous because they're kind of all over the place in terms of silhouettes. The first couple pairs I wanna show you guys, again, the same shoe model, just 2 different colorways. These are the Jacob Hetzer 1981s, which is a beautiful loafer silhouette. I'm a huge fan of these. I wear these so often. This is the first pair that I got. I showed these off in another video back in, I think, June. But it's such a beautiful shoe. I really, really love these. I also love the material. It's like a leather that, as you wear it, kind of cracks in, like at a rapid speed, I guess. So they break in really quickly and very nicely too. And this pair, I think he released a couple months after. This is the gray suede version, which I think I like these ones more just because I'm a really big fan of suede. And I also really like that color too. It's a unique color you don't really see on a loafer too much. I can't remember if these are still in stock. They might have sold out, but if you were interested in these, I'd definitely go check it out. These are very, very comfortable, easy to wear. I think it's a great investment. Moving on to the next shoe, this is also a loafer, except these are from Maison Margiela, and these are the tabby loafers with the like flip down backside. Such a beautiful shoe. really crazy and very out there. These are a no sock kind of shoe. In my personal opinion, I don't think these pair up great with socks just because they are really low cut. And also if you wear them with like the back down, you don't want to be showing off a sock. Show off your heel. And then that split toe is such a beautiful detail. They're very polarizing. People either love the split toe or they hate it. I did have a couple other pairs of the different tabbies. These ones are the only ones that remain, and I think they will remain for a while. They're really beautiful leather. They fit great. I got a size 42 in these. Again, they fit great without socks. They're kind of becoming a meme now, but I think these are much better than the high heel ones. This next pair is another pair of Uggs. Like I said, I have 2 pairs of Uggs in my collection, except these are completely different. These are the Ugg Campfires, I think they're called. It's like a slip-on silhouette with, again, that moccasin toe. It's like a moccasin toe made out of like this stitching, so it's not really a moccasin toe. It is still just one piece of leather, but they have like that same shape, I guess. And then it has really beautiful paneling. It's got different leathers and suedes going all around the shoe. It has a cut leather lace that goes around the top and then ties around on the backside. It has a nice chunky off-white cream colored sole. And then again, like a lot of pairs of Uggs, it'll have that Sherpa or fleece inside, so it keeps you really warm. These are a great dog walking shoe especially. You just kind of slip these on, you're good to go. But these also look really cool. Yeah, these are definitely one of my favorite pairs of shoes in my collection right now. They're so easy to wear, they look great. They do have that completely brown earth tone colorway. They pair so well with so many different outfits. And moving on to the last pair of shoes, these are something I haven't really worn too much yet, honestly. I just got them in a couple weeks ago. These are a pair of Reebok Beatniks, which is a sandal silhouette that they originally released in the 90s, but they just did a re-release in Japan. Really interesting, especially for a Reebok. You wouldn't expect Reebok to release something like this. I absolutely love the sole. It's such a unique shape. It's very geometric. It's very sharp in terms of the angles going on. And the upper is like a suede, but it's like a suede that's sewn inside out. So it has like this ridge, I guess, that comes across the entire front side of the shoe. And then it has the Velcro straps that help you tighten the shoe and help you get into the shoe. But it is like a slip-on silhouette, so it's really easy to put on. It's very comfortable too. I do have another colorway of these, which is like a brown and tan. But I believe those came out in the 90s, except this one right here was a recent release in Japan. It's like a re-release, I guess. These were really affordable too. I think I got these for like 40 bucks. So if you were looking for like a cheap sandal that looks great, not many people know about them, definitely go for these. Really great quality, especially for the price. And that is going to conclude my shoe collection video for 2019. It's very different from last year. But if you guys did want to see my collection from last year, I'll have a card up in the top right corner. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like down below. That's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good day. See you next time.